everyone. It's Open House Thursday on YourView. Welcome to the show. I am Mariah Afolabi Brown. As always, I never do this alone. I have a lovely co-host. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
How you guys doing?
Great.
Bissy, how are you today?
I'm great.
I like the head tie.
Thank you. So yesterday after the show, I had to go down to the island because I didn't sleep at home. I slept in Surulere with my boyfriend of life. So I dragged him out of the office and went to see the movie.
Wow, which one?
Chief Daddy.
Oh.
Amazing, hilarious.
Amazing,
I enjoyed it. So before the movie,
I've heard good and bad, so I'm happy to hear that you found it
movie,
interesting.
I had to get food. So
Pause
while
for
I
a
was
second.
eating,
Okay, go ahead.
while I was eating, there was this woman who was talking behind me. She was with her kids, Alahaja Okola. So when I turned, she said, Obi Ajulu. I'm like, anybody who calls me Obi Ajulu watches Your View. I say, yes, ma. He said, I love all of you. Greet them for me. Morayo, Tokme, Miriam, Nima. She was calling everybody. I say, ma, you make a shout out today. I say, I will make a shout out. Thank you so much, ma. She came to greet my husband. She was so excited. I love what you guys are doing. And I say, okay, today I'll call out your name. Alaja Okola.
So, Mariah, quickly do your shout outs now.
Yeah. You know how somebody just called me out of the blue. Mrs. Odutola called me out of the blue yesterday. She watched the show where I was talking about my mother-in-law is around. She wanted to pound the yam. And she just came and, if you see the kind of gift she brought to my house, like I have never in my life seen anything like that. Unfortunately, my mom was around, my mother-in-law was around, and the house was full. So she came in with her husband. These are like almost over middle, they're like in the 50s, 60s, her husband's like 60-year-old. These are old people, they drove all the way from Wamole to my house. Gave me so many, like 4 or 5 bags of different things. Like little cute things for the kitchen, for the bathroom. Thank you so much. That meant, I'm like, my husband was just, my husband, I couldn't believe it. It was shocking, but thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. Odutola. It meant so much to me. So how you guys doing? Let me not take up all your time.
I'm very, very good. I'm grateful. Yesterday was, I was in church, and I know that is not interesting to you guys that I was in church last night, and I feel very empowered to go. And we have a 3 days first of the year thingy going on, and it was really, really interesting. But I read Tony Lumelu's article, and he was talking about his foundation and how they formed, and he wrote a story about how he was favored, the luck factor. And when a friend has asked me that, why are you so desirous of this? What do you want to be influential? Why do you want to be important? Why do you want to make money? And I said, because there are so many people that would ascribe their fame and their success to luck. Some of us need to succeed and ascribe it to God and grace. Because the truth is, what they call luck, for me, is grace. And no matter how hard you work, there's a place of grace. And so when we finish working, there's place of prayer. But it doesn't mean that you should work and not pray. Put it together.
There's no difference, really.
Grace.
No, it's different.
Fortune.
It's different.
It's how you perceive it.
No, it's different because when you say luck, you take out the God factor. When you say grace, you put in the God factor. That's the difference.
That person's
That's
perception.
your perception.
But we believe that
It's
it's grace. We truly believe it's grace.
Yeah,
Others believe
it's
luck.
luck.
So it's just how you perceive it. Hi, Madam KK.
Hi, so happy to be here. Grateful for another
How was
year.
your break? We've not heard from you since.
You've not heard from me. We've been seeing each other. We went to church
on
the show.
I've not heard from you. That's what it meant.
Okay, it's been a wonderful festive period, and my daughter turned 2 on Christmas Day. It was the low key for this year, but in the evening, myself and my husband went out. And what else again? It's just been partying, going for events and all of that. But this year, I'm actually coming for myself. I've been making a lot of excuses that, the coming new year, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and something will come up. I'll say, okay, maybe it's not time. But this year, no excuses.
Wow.
I'm coming for myself. So, hope the
world is ready for
hope the world is ready for me.
Big shout out, Chief Olu Shonoiki, watches our show regularly. His daughter Tayo is a good friend and he's also a staff of TVC. Today is his birthday. Happy birthday, sir.
Happy birthday,
Chief Olu Shonoiki. Long life and prosperity. Have a wonderful day, sir.
It's Thursday. Let's go on a break.
Just in there.
Just in there. I don't even know what our gist is about today.
We'll forgive you. We'll forgive you.
Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll try really hard to breeze through the front pages of the newspaper. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Right, as usual, we're starting with the Punch. PDP to Buhari for peaceful polls. Let Inspector General retire January 15th. Fire raises Benue Market. Autumn donates 30 million naira to victims. Lagos Islamic cleric caught on camera defiling 5-year-old girl.
Whoa.
Residents kick as noise from Lagos hotel causes sleepless nights. Pension, families of over 50,000 deceased workers get 156 billion naira claims. Closure won't affect visa applicants, says U.S. Embassy. Father kills 2 sons with poison over witchcraft. And police deploy 50 more cops to Melaye's home. Let's start with the 5-year girl that was defied. Who has the story?
So I have the story, a very sad one, because we really don't know what happens where we leave our children. It's just by the grace of God. Now, this cleric, known as Anafa, was caught on camera defiling a 5-year-old child through having like anal sex with that child. And it was a good Samaritan who took the video and went to the Commissioner of Police, submitted the video.
Which state is Lagos?
Lagos here. And so they called on the commissioner deployed members of his officials to arrest the man. They brought him in, a 43-year-old Afa, and he saw the video. He started crying that he was sorry he actually committed the crime. So now the Commissioner of Police is saying they're going to take the man to court. Of
course.
And at the end of the day, we'll just hope to see that
it's really sad indeed.
Let
Who
me
has the
quickly
U.S. Embassy story?
Clarify it. The U.S. Embassy, they've spoken up. We have the embassy in Abuja and the consulate in Lagos, and they've said that those two will be open to services for those that have booked their visa appointment. What will be closed is the American Center and the Education U.S. offices will be closed, but that the visa application will still go on, and that some American spaces and corners operated by partners of the institution will still function. So this isn't affecting those that have applied for visas.
Good.
And the Autumn donating 30 million to victims. You had that story, the fire that raised Benue?
Yeah, it was a black day for traders in Wadata market in Makurdi and Makurdi in Benue State. The market went up in flame in the early hours of Wednesday, and we were told that a lot of goods were destroyed, food items and all of that. And what's it called? The people are calling on government to help them because a lot of loans was taken before the festive period to buy those goods.
Something similar actually happened in Aba. Let's move on to the nation. Traders count losses after Aba Motor Park fire. Very similar. Same day.
Yeah.
Anxiety as Labour gets set for minimum wage strike. Lagos budget 852.31 billion naira for 2019. Army, our weapons are superior. Remember there was an article saying that they have lower
quality
poor quality arms actually. Man kills 2 sons. So let's take the man kills 2 sons story.
In the police nabbed a father who kills 2 sons in the name of Bayelsa State, in the name of saying that the children are possessed. I don't even understand, you know, and that they used some sort of a drink sniper, a pesticide in their drinks, and all of the children are like 14, 10.
Why did they take them to church?
And 10, they are 3 kids.
What happened was
and they
that
took them to the bush.
Success, miracle, and God's time.
And God's time,
Now these 3 children, him and his brother, the father and the brother, they were saying that they're taking them for deliverance. Then they diverted the journey and entered the bush and tied each of them to a tree.
Oh God.
And made them drink sniper. So when they was caught, the father denied it, but unfortunately, or fortunately,
and with the help of the relatives as well.
Yes. Fortunately, one of the boys escaped. And he was able to recount that was their father and their uncle that took them to the bush.
Because they are possessed. Your own children.
It's Nigeria, I don't understand. It's the kind of stories you hear on
I
these
also heard
pages.
the mother also abandoned the children, I think.
Yes.
So I think that will give the father
All right, let's move on to Daily Sun. Anxiety in police over Inspector General Police tenure. Labour gives conditions to avert strike. Bakare to Buhari, deal with rogues around you. Shake up in Imo Police Command. INEC to publish voters list January 7th. And stock exchange loses 134 billion naira on first trading day in 2019. Okay,
The
Inspector
IG
General.
Police, yes. So The IG of police, Idris Ibrahim, clocks 35 years today in service. Now,
congratulations.
Okay, that's one. Then on the 15th of this month, he's going to be 60 years. And you know, the rule of the service says that it's either if you clock 35 years or you're 60, you can retire. So there's this speculation that the president might not want to retire him because he still wants him to be in service. So people are just agitating about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
See, a good structure should be in place for seamless handing over. I think that should have been planned because you don't. Your 35 years of service doesn't happen on you. You know it is coming up. We don't want them to really.
But let me talk about. Keyamo said that
because of the
president has the right to extend the man's
Yes, because
tenure.
of the election, that's why people are that there's anxiety because people are speculating that he would want to keep hold on to IGP Idris.
And we can connect that to the Mela story. Let me take that in Vanguard.
But I want to quickly take another story because Bakari is here.
That's Pastor Bakari.
Pastor Bakari spoke in Canada concerning the presidency. Two sides to the story carried by two different papers. One side, he was talking about how he believes that the president said he met an empty treasury, and that's why for 6 months he didn't appoint any minister. But follow up to the story saying that there are rogues around president. You cannot be a good man. You cannot be a saint amongst rogues. And that when we carry out appointments, we should always try to fix the right pegs and the right holes. That imagine when you have the minister for budget and planning, who is a lawyer, heading a financially sensitive position, that we should fit the right people along. And I just wanted to carry both sides of the story, where he's supporting the president and where he's also chastising the president.
Okay, that's what the paper said. Moving on to Vanguard. Nobody's safe in Castina now, Governor Masari cries out. Why I won't surrender to police, says Dino Melaye. Buhari diverting military funds to finance a re-election bid, says PDP. I need to publish names of registered voters by January 6th. Okay, let's talk about Castina very quickly and also Dino Melaye.
Okay, Dino.
Yes, let's talk about Dino for a second.
So he's saying that he won't surrender to the police because he knows that the IG of police is planning to inject him and get him killed. And that his case is like he was comparing himself to Elijah in the Bible, that as strong as Elijah was, there was a time Ahab was chasing him and he had to hide. So his hiding is not because he's scared, it's because he's wise. That is all.
Okay, so that's the story.
No, but another the Senate Minority Leader, Senator Biodun Olujimi, said that they were going to rescue Dino Melaye and that it was wrong. He's being harassed. And that it was wrong for the IGP to carry out such action against one person. That how can you have 22 police armored? Let me get the number right, please. 12 police vans and more than 22 police personnel seeking to arrest one man.
One person.
And also went to his house to cut out his light and the power and everything.
But I'm thinking, I thought just get a police to a warrant of arrest and you can enter.
I don't know why they're still prolonging the door.
Really. No, if you have a warrant, you can actually break in. So if you don't have,
it's Igbo film now. Igbo film, gang, they will now set up and that's what I'm saying.
Maybe we will have more action.
So obviously they don't have a warrant because they have the warrant.
No, but they do. That's why they.
If you have a warrant, you can actually break through the door. That's what I thought.
Maybe he's fortified. His doors are.
Anyway, let's take the Castina story. So our president's state, the state where our president is from, the governor, Masari, is saying that bandits have taken over. There's lots of kidnapping, a lot of armed robberies still happening, and it has increased, which is similar to what the governor of Zamfara said recently. Also complained about that the crime in their states have actually increased.
So what exactly? Where the latest ammunition that the military say they have? Where is it being deployed and what is it being used for? Besides, the state governor is responsible for the security of the state. That's why they have security votes. So can he also explain what the security votes are being used for?
And I think somebody had mentioned that we have quality ammunition.
Yeah, that's where is it deployed to?
Okay. Packaging. Unfortunately, let me just really take Nigerian Tribune. Castina under siege, governor cries out. Air Force destroys Boko Haram meeting buildings. Army arrests 71 suspects in Adamawa violence. Lagos lawyer sues army, asks courts to stop Operation Python dance. Jonathan didn't leave empty treasury for Buhari. AIDS replies Bakari. Buhari seeks 8 billion naira for suspended Air Nigeria in 2019 budget. We will rescue Melaye from the siege, says Senate. Okay. FG to meet labor over minimum wage. So hoping that there's a meeting.
There's a meeting, yes, on the 4th of January.
That's tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow. Yes, and the meeting is for the executives, just to find.
But they've already said that they know what they want. So I don't know why this meeting. The labor is saying that you guys know what we want. What's this meeting all about?
And they're saying they're using the meeting to
just cause
traffic.
They're ready for the showdown.
Anyways, That's all we can take. That's a wrap on Front Page Review. When we return, we'll be gisting about money and relationships. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So people often ask for the importance of money in relationship as it cannot be overemphasized. Recently, a Nigerian man seeks advice on whether or not he should inform his wife of his salary increase. So we're throwing this to you guys. What do you think about this? What exactly is the place of money in a relationship? You can call us on 070-806-68014. You could also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so you can read your tweets. Okay, so this issue of money, I don't know if people have an issue with money, because why is it so difficult for someone to tell a loved one that, okay, I have been promoted and I have a salary increase of X amount? You know, why do people feel as if they have to guard that information with their life? That is an issue of trust.
Yes,
so this man on Twitter actually put it out there. But what are your thoughts generally? And I know we're not talking about his views on this matter already.
So before Tokwe goes on her views on the matter, I am here. I have my views.
Yes.
I remember in I think 2011 or 2010. There's this promotion my husband was expecting in the office, and I will wake up in the middle of the night and pray. Like, you know, I don't pray as much these days because, yes, you know, I've prayed those days, so the prayer is still working. You know, I wake up and pray. I will fast. I'll pray, God, he must get this promotion. He must get this promotion. And finally, the promotion came. Before the promotion came, they called out the names of those they were promoting. His name was not included. Right. So I intensified my prayers. I went to church. I made a vow with a heavy amount of money. I didn't have the cash to drop. So I wrote that from that salary increment, I will pay that vow.
Is it your body?
I didn't tell him, I just wrote that. His father was making another vow that from that same increment, we pay this vow. We didn't discuss, we didn't know.
Okay.
So imagine if that promotion came and he didn't tell me.
You'd be hurt.
And let's say I don't know. So I go back feeling that God did not answer my prayer. Meanwhile, he has collected the money, he has pocketed it, he's asking his friends whether he should tell me or not. This is clearly an issue of trust. When you are married, you should share everything together, including your finances. If you're scared that the woman will overly demand, I don't think a wise woman who wants to build her home will use the money to cook soup to buy human hair. I don't think so.
Okay, but there are situations where, there are situations whereby the man maybe doesn't have a job.
Okay.
And the little money she earns is what they share. And she realized that every single thing she earns, the man takes the whole thing. And as a submissive wife, she hands over. But the moment she gets an increment, that increase is her breaker. That's what she has. Because she can call her own. So with that kind of woman, would you advise her to tell this same woman that collects all her salary that they've increased my salary, now it's not 100,000, now 150,000 naira. Because that extra 50K, she's keeping it for herself. So it depends on this. So would you bring an issue of trust in that kind of situation?
I think for me, if I'm sticking to the story on ground, it depends on the kind of wife the man is married to. And it's not also about transparency for men. Sometimes it's about proper management of the home front. You find some women that maybe once they know that their husband have increment. First of all, my husband, I think he's the first few Nigerians that I've met that he will tell everyone who cares to listen, I heard so and so, this is so and so. So it's not even about that he's going to share it with me. Everyone around us knows. Do you understand? And if there's anything coming in, maybe he could share it with me for reasons best known to him. But you cannot have enough money, right, or increment in your salary and expect not to share it with your woman. There must be something wrong, not necessarily transparency. Again, when you look at marriage itself, marriage is like MOU, so to speak. You have clients who are in-laws, friends. You have projects. that is school fees, summer, and the likes and all of that. So you find a man who is responsible because where this money comes in is about responsibility for men.
Yes.
So you find a man who is responsible to want to manage the finances properly, not about
not spend on girlfriends outside.
No, forget girlfriend.
Again, okay.
A man who is going to spend on girlfriend will spend on girlfriend no matter what.
Okay.
And you find out that such men, where you're old on, such men, you find out that they would sometimes not share the information with their wives.
Right.
You said you pray for your husband regularly for this increment. When the increment came, he shared it with you.
Yes.
There are some men out of excitement. They believe that maybe if I share it with my wife, my wife will, yes, there will be more demands and all of that. So they share it with side chick, but forgetting that the side chick is going to come with her own demands.
Yeah.
You understand?
Okay.
So
let's bring this conversation to the template we're using for this show at this moment. That as a man, you've done your bit. You're irresponsible. Let's say he's a responsible man. You do the school fees, the whole works. Your wife is happy. You buy her Brazilian hair. Everybody's happy. And then you get extra. And that extra, you believe, okay, there are projects, maybe your mother, your extended family, don't want your wife to get in, because if your wife is aware of this thing, she will object to you giving maybe your family or things that are personal to you. Now, in that kind of situation, why must we make it an issue? Why must we make it an issue if the man at that point takes a decision, this extra that is coming in, I don't need to disclose.
Well, I'm actually really on the fence with this. Personally, I've said it countless times over the past 5 years on the show that my money is my money and his money is our money. And my money is my money in terms of this money is mine. If you need at any time, you ask me, it's available, but it's my money. A man is the head of the woman, is responsible to take care of the family. If my help is needed, I will do it. However, in the case of increment, I don't think it has to do with trust. You see, you can trust your spouse so much that you know what the person will do with the money. You know that if my wife hears that I have an increase in salary, then she will remember how the children need shoes, bag, my family member, all of that.
But the children need it.
Which, in actual fact, if you talk about management, and I am a queen of management and planning, you will know that when you have extra money, if you can survive on 10,000, you will survive on that same 10,000 even when you earn 100,000. Some people don't know, their mouth gets wider as their income increases. You must learn to prune now so you can enjoy later.
That's not why you shouldn't tell me.
Some men are so good at it and they know that they trust their wife not to be able to control themselves, and so they keep the information away. I don't blame such.
Okay, I'm trying to make it.
I disagree with
If the end result of that keeping quiet is for all of us to enjoy, you can save money for the next year. You can have increase in your salary and you don't mention it for 1 year, and by the end of that year, you come back with a brand new car for the household. Fantastic news.
That is not fantastic.
The idea is that if you trust that if you tell your spouse about the money.
When the tables are turned and the wife is the one doing the
hiding that money,
like
men will take it personal.
Very personal.
And they will tell you that if you can hide something from me, God knows other things that you're hiding from me. So in this situation, love is what brought the marriage together in the first place.
You should share everything.
So you should share every information. So, hey.
Okay. Let me take this call from Macaulay. Morning, are you there?
Hello, morning, I'm here. Good morning.
Thanks for calling. So would you share your increment with your spouse?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
But then it depends on who the spouse is.
Exactly.
Thank you.
So, for instance, you married someone does not plan along with you. Like one of the panelists say, you're married to somebody at the end of the day, this person will just think of buying Brazilian hair, buying that. But for some ladies in particular, when you get an increment, you just tell them, they just know how to plan with you. They know how to organize the future. But others, they are just like, they don't really think ahead. But then, it's a two-way thing anyway. Some men, they can just, if I just tell her now about they have personal thing to go and do, and then they forget the whole thing. Like one of the panelists say again, it's an MOU, whereby two of you come to an understanding. You can try to say, oh, keep your salary to yourself, mine is to me. But on a personal ground.
Right, okay.
What your money is your money. I believe in that.
All right.
I am the head of the home. I'll raise the standard, but if you want to increase the standard again as the woman, then you should sustain that standard with your own money.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll take care of the house.
Thank you very much, Ken. Yes.
I think it's we cannot help but to emphasize that the role of money is crucial in every relationship. Do you understand? So it depends on the kind of woman you're married to. So if you believe that the effect of you sharing such information with your wife will bring another thing, so to speak, do you understand? But all I'm saying here is that at the end of it all, every man should be responsible for their own, regardless of whatever.
Yeah, I'll come to you eventually, but the truth is that, listen, we are women. We want the best for our kids.
And we are great supporters.
We want the best for our children.
Great supporters, and we are great managers.
We're women. We want the best for our kids. I'm trying to make a point. We want the best for our kids.
Yes.
We want the best for our home. Correct. The best for our husbands. Now, because my husband doesn't have enough, so maybe he's earning 50,000 naira today. Okay. That 50,000, I am managing it. There's no way you would start earning 150,000 naira or 100,000 naira that my needs wouldn't change.
Yeah,
I need to change.
So,
don't you think to be totally and completely disrespectful for the man not to inform me that we're no more on the 50,000 naira level, we have moved now to 100,000 naira level, so that the ogi that drinking every morning can now change to cereal.
Mariah, there are different strokes for different folks. Right. So for those people who, share everything, there are people who you bring your quota, I bring my quota, we use it together, we plan together. Like myself, I don't have my money, he doesn't have his money, so we plan everything according to the resources that are coming in. I will take it very personal if somebody along the line now starts keeping something because you don't want me to know. Because I know that my job is to support you. But if you started that marriage where you had different, you keep your money, he doesn't know your salary, I don't know my salary, and you decide to get that increment and not say anything about it, it's okay.
Let me take this call. Abu, morning, are you there? Thanks for calling.
I know. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Go ahead. Sorry. Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation with the guest. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So joining the conversation is the founder African Mummy, which is a forum for mums and women of African origin. Her name is Shile Ismaila. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, guys.
You can call us on 070 again, 070-668-014. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can radio tweet. You've been hearing us discuss this thing of disclosure. Obiajulu mentioned something about trust. Some were saying, well, the truth is that both parties must agree on this. So what are your own general view on the issue of money in marriage?
I think I agree with you saying it's a marriage after all, as you said. Sorry, I've lost my voice. It's a marriage after all. And what is the point of keeping it? There must be a reason. But a caller called in earlier and it said it depends on the woman. So if you know someone's going to ruin your finances, then maybe it makes sense.
It's easy sometimes, Shile, when we look at it from the perspective of the woman being the person that doesn't know. But in a situation where, and I said it earlier, nobody has already attended to what I had said. In a situation where the woman is the one making the money, and the man is the collector. He collects the whole thing, he tries to do the man thing, and then she has really nothing to take care of herself. She likes to wear Brazilian hair, but she can't afford it because she's the man in the house. Okay. So suddenly there's a salary increment. Don't you think she would want to hide that information from her spouse? Or do you think it's right for her to hide that information at least so she can take care of herself? Do her nails and do the work?
I don't think it's right for her to hide the increment from her husband. Yes, you could decide to put aside some money
for yourself,
and for the children, right? But in a situation, and I like what you're saying, in a situation where you said the woman is the one earning more for the family, and I believe sometimes when we look at marriage, we look at it from the angle that, okay, yes, we are one, I agree with you, but most times we women are already formed before we married the men. Do you understand? So most times there's a lifestyle, even though I understand that you have to, live according to the means. Do you understand what I'm saying? But there are times where the woman already has her own money. Do you understand? And the husband comes in now to compliment. For instance, you see some light-skinned ladies and the likes and doing well and all of that. People assume that because people assume that you're spending the man's money. Do you understand? Yes, I agree with you because it's a wrong perception out there. And nobody's actually thinking about, oh, what's the woman contributing towards the home? What's the woman contributing?
May I answer your question?
Let me talk about coming here for a second.
Yeah. So, true life story, I have a friend that she was earning a specific salary, and then when she changed, she got another job, and her salary was increased. She didn't tell her husband, and she had many issues because the job involved her traveling. So when she got another offer, in trying to make everything work in the house, she informed her husband that, oh, now I'm going to be earning 350,000 naira. Her previous salary, according to her husband, was 150. So her husband felt like, wow, from 150 to 350. Oh my goodness, you have to take this job. She said, I'm going to travel. Let's say you travel, you take this job, take this job. So she was happy. She thought it was going to end there. Only for after the first month salary, the other now said, you see, house rent is 1 million. Our school fees is 300,000 naira. So now you are earning this, your 350K. Wouldn't it be nice for you to be bringing like 150 into the house, and we will be sharing how we pay rent and pay school fees? She realized that 4 months, 6 months down the line, she had no savings. She was more stressed. She couldn't even afford to buy herself anything, like spend on herself, because the money, everything she had went into the family coffers. And she was now wondering, is this what men go through? I know it's good for us to appreciate how our men feel when they have no money, but women have extra job of taking care of the household while still earning money outside. The least we would want, a lot of women that earn money would want, is to be able to say, let me splurge on myself. Let me do something special for myself.
Do you agree with
and there
that?
must be room for
Absolutely. I do agree with you, but my question, you mentioned if she earns the money and the man is the taker. To be realistic, does that really happen?
Yes, it does.
When,
yes, it does.
Okay, maybe I'm just clueless. But when a woman earns a lot, I would have thought she would probably be the one in control of her finances. Because you earn a lot of money and then your husband takes it from you.
Not necessarily.
No.
Let me
Sometimes
Williams,
our
and
church
I'll come to
says you
you.
should submit.
Williams, are you there? Thanks for calling.
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead. So would you disclose?
I want to contribute on this topic.
Go
I am
ahead.
the first caller anyway.
Welcome to the show.
If we must tell ourselves the truth, it's easy to manage family resources when both parties are aware of every dime, every penny that comes into the family.
Yes. Thank you.
Like me, for example, I live in Germany, but the way I structure my own income, my wife and I will have a joint account. Everything that comes into my account.
We like joint accounts.
Yeah, that's transparency.
Wow.
That's
This account is
transparency.
beautiful when my husband
And
has more
accountability.
money.
Okay, wait, let me finish, Mr. Williams. We're enjoying your conversation.
Any issue we are going to solve, we already have it settled before the money comes in.
Wow.
She knows about everything. She cannot say she wants to buy 10 Brazilian when she knows that we don't have the resources.
I love you already.
Thank you.
Thank
my
you,
brother.
Mr. Williams Jare. You are a kind of man.
Yes.
Yes.
So, a woman who is earning more, and you realize that you spend everything for them, you're giving so much to the home, you have little or nothing to take care of yourself. You should have a conversation with your husband. Honey, I need this, and I will have it. I'm not looking good. I'm not taking care of myself. Now there's an increment, but I would like to keep this aside for my personal upkeep. Okay. Any reasonable man, even if he cries tomorrow, he's upset with you, you quarrel for a week or two, will understand.
Communication is key.
Okay, let me
That
throw
you're
this curveball in, because I come from a polygamous family. My father had 2 wives and then had another lady. Now, my mother was the first wife. At some point, Popsy's attention will go to wife number 2 because she's the new kid on the block. Everything, all his resources are towards that. Yeah. If she hadn't saved her own money aside, not to disclose to my father, she wouldn't have built the house she's living in today. She wouldn't have built the business she had built because she understood that, listen, if I don't keep this thing to myself, my children will suffer.
Yes.
So it's a different situation. It's the same thing. Of course, it's still a marriage. It's still a marriage.
Once it's polygamy, there's no
why are we now saying polygamy? Because the truth is that she's still not disclosing. She never discussed my dad. So in your view, what do you think on?
I think I absolutely agree with you. A polygamous family, you really need to take care of yourself because it's a marriage, but it's still very much of you're on your own. Exactly.
And there's no one size. Honestly, even within monogamy, there's no one size fit all because we're dealing with different people. And that's why you must communicate and find what works in your home. I cannot take this template to come and run my family.
It won't work.
I will cause problems in my house. Besides, I'm an entrepreneur. My husband is an entrepreneur. We don't know. Today we earn 1 million. Next month we earn 10,000 naira. So our fund inflow is different from someone that is earning a salary. So you must work with your resources per time in your house. So when we realize that in our house, our income is not consistent, we try to balance ourselves based on what we have. Okay, I know my wife is a saving person. I have this 200K. Let me give it to her to save. Because that works in my house per time. It might not work for somebody else.
But I wanted to tell you that I wanted to throw in the fact that Reno Mokre, I said that lack of money ruins marriages more than lack of love. I like to think about when I take Yakub's call. Yakub, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Good morning. Happy New Year to you.
Thank you, man.
Go ahead.
And good morning to everybody in the studio.
Excellent morning.
Morayo, I think every woman would like a joint account. But I can tell you that it has its own disadvantages and advantages. Especially whereby you have joint account with your husband. And then your husband needs to spend money. And then if does not things you or you sign to the check, the money cannot be able to spend. What do you do to that? Now you raise a very valid point here that as long as the woman even need money, how is he going to do it? If you don't have extra account on her phone. It is good for sometimes. Personally, me, I can't have joint account with my wife. But coming back to the issue here, you see, it depends on the kind of woman that you have.
Correct.
If you have a woman whereby you know she can manage the resources very well, there's no point of you to tell me that my salary has increased. But if you do have a woman whereby if you increase by 10 naira, we bring up something like 30 naira on top of it, you will never tell her. And then another thing is this: if you able to tell her as a man, if your salary is increased, the woman will know as a good husband. If you don't even tell her, the woman will know that some certain things change at home. Because some certain things that you have never bought at home before, you started bringing those things at home. The woman will say, okay, it's like something is happening. But a woman that you know that you cannot manage resources, you cannot put that.
Before we
thank you very much,
I just remembered one story. I had a neighbor while growing up. This is my neighbor. Every day, somebody will come and she keeps buying things on credit. When they hawk things around, she'll buy on credit. On Saturdays, her husband is at home. The husband is settling basic. As in, the fish seller will come. He will pay fish seller. My is as in his own money.
Really does depend on the woman.
She's always gathering and piling debts for the man every time. Akara will tell her every time they're always coming. When you marry such a woman, because we assume every woman is a good manager. Some women are spendthrifts and we must be realistic about that. So when you marry such a woman, you will hide your salary increase from such a person.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, the men knows the kind of women they marry.
Yes,
so
same goes for the women.
Yeah, same goes for the women as well.
All right, when we come back, we're going to just talk a bit about you, what you're working on, and what you're doing. Let's go on a break. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
So we need to go to this Reno Mokre conversation, but let's quickly take a few tweets before we do that. So
Andrew here says, with Tokwe, Kike, and BC, they are not salaried women. They make money in varied ways. Today, 1 naira, tomorrow, 2 naira, next tomorrow, 3 naira. So with this kind of women for husband and wife, our money is our money. Garth says, aha, that's it. 99.9% of humans do not trust the ones who they are to trust the most. T-Money says, she must be truthful and open to her husband. It's her family. If she can't give everything to her family, she isn't ready for marriage.
Okay, let's go to what Reno had said. What's the place of love in marriage compared to money? Which is more important, love or the money? Let me come to Shirley first.
I think both, but I would say the money is quite important. So I was just while you guys were talking, I was just looking at stats, and it says in America in 2015 there was about 2 million marriages, and 800,000 of them became, most of them got divorced. 800,000 got divorced. And they looked at the reasons, and about 80% of the reason was finances.
Wow.
Because at the end of the day, you still need to be able to live as a family.
But how do our mothers in the villages, how do they still survive? 50
They
years.
They didn't have a choice.
Exactly.
So
And the lifestyle was different.
The role of money is crucial in every relationship.
Very crucial.
But love is what keeps the family together.
Money makes love sweeter.
So what, you think money makes love sweeter?
Yeah.
Okay, before that answer, what is money? We need to understand. So money is an exchange for value.
Yeah.
So I would fall in love with a man who's got potential, who has value to give.
That's true. It's true.
You would fall in love with somebody who does not have value. It's not possible.
What about the man who has prospects?
That's the same thing we're saying.
it's the same
So that value is what translates to that material thing. Because I remember when I met my husband, he was a bloody student. My pocket money as a student was bigger than his. He never took me out on a date one day to buy ice cream, common ice cream. But I saw that value. I saw that value.
So you're not talking about wealth, you're talking about money that can sustain.
Let me take this call. Hang in there, guys. Let me take Adigwe, then I come to you. Adigwe, are you there? Or is that? Yes,
when you marry value, and you have waited 5, 15, 10 years on value, you realize that the love that was shacking you in the beginning,
that's not value.
You marry value.
My mother married value.
Can we remember
my father was a
can
man
we
of value.
remember
My father did not leave Banana Island house for us. He left a name. Everybody's like, name is good.
value.
Name
That
is
name
That name is giving you access today.
You are not hungry.
Let me tell you something. I am proud of what my father left.
Yes.
Which is his name. Those who knew him will give me access.
Before.
Do you know him?
That's value.
People who are in power today, do they know him?
But I
so
know
the point is that name is great, but you see, let us not underestimate that value money brings into
You
it.
guys
That's
discussed
what I'm saying.
acrimony.
We're
So you're not talking about wealth,
They
right?
discussed
You're
acrimony
talking
a few
about
months back.
money that can
Money.
sustain you as a
We're
family.
talking about that marriages end, break up based on more money than love. And that money sustains marriages. And the truth is, as many women claim love, when push comes to shove and you're at it hungry for the next 10 years, the love would go. Wow. So when I say money makes love sweeter, in reality, money, having money in that relationship makes the love sweeter.
I can't hear anybody anymore, please.
You can actually marry prospective, and that prospect doesn't click for the next 10, 15 years. Very few women can stay 20 years. We saw in acrimony, very few women can stay that long. So while there is need for love, I believe that money is essential to success in marriage.
Let me come to you for a second. Yes, do you agree with that?
I agree, yes.
Okay, Kike, go ahead.
I agree with Tokwe, but I think that because of the world we live in today, there's loads of vanities. And the reason why you believe that most women might not stick with their partners when there is no money. It is because of the pressure that women today put on themselves. Do you understand? Because you want to meet expectation. Okay, Tokwe is doing this, Moriah is doing this, hence I have to be able to meet up to however they are looking. That is the reason why we all can say today that love is not important. But for most women, for me, love is the most important thing. Without love in the first place, I cannot have a relationship with you. I cannot marry you. So prospects can fall in.
That if hunger mama you, this is pidgin English, hunger, you will sleep will not come. You will pray to die, you will not see death. Because
but there's love.
But there's love. So, but this guy was a guy who started, he had prospects, but he wasn't clicking for a number of years. And then he sat down one day and he told himself, God, if you don't give me this money to take care of this, my wife, I will kill myself. Till that happened. So I'm not saying money is not important. I believe in, you guys know I believe in money. The money oils it, it makes it sweet. They say if you break my heart in Keke Marua, I will cry more than if you break it in Dubai. You know the difference. So I love that money bit. But that love is what attracts you. And if you marry someone who can use his head, make that money, the money will come.
I have a call from Abuja. Morning, thanks for calling. Go ahead, please. Mrs. Alaya, go ahead.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
My name is Bina. Just as the Bible implies that money answered all things.
Yes, so my sister.
Money answered all things. Yeah.
Quickly, just to say something, because when we talk about money, we're always looking at it from the perspective of the man having money.
Yeah,
I
was going to say that.
But I believe that every woman has potential
to
money, you know, and I can earn money.
What about the woman coming into the marriage with prospects?
Or you supporting your husband to really help him go forward, because it's not just about him. You have yours too.
So every human being has potential.
Yes.
And every human being can make money.
Yes.
So while I am the one filling in for my family at this point, I would wait and work hard and hope and expect that my husband's prospects will bring in the money soon. Let's not depend on men alone.
Okay, there's this very important, I like it. Say, when a very, very correct man is married to a very, very correct woman, the first person he will inform immediately, he confirms that there's been an increase in his salary, is his wife. That is one. So Odunaya says, women expect their husbands to declare their finances to them, but will not declare theirs.
Are we compelled to declare ours?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Culture
definitely
compels us.
Culture, no culture.
Some people declare, right? They are different. They are different. You know,
Degrees of
women
declaring.
culturally, our women hide money. Let's not
Naturally.
Our women hide money. Our women keep money inside wrapper.
Wait,
they have the one under the pillow. So they have the one in different corners. That's our culture.
I think it's because the men don't want to know.
Sheila, are you saying on this table nobody here hides money? Like
I hide you.
No, I don't. No.
It's available for him when he needs it.
I don't hide money.
You don't hide money.
My husband isn't really bothered to know.
What you earn.
Yeah. So
I
don't
want to hide die. I have money, man.
In my own case, I don't hide money. If I make 10 million naira today, I would tell my husband that I've made 10 million naira. Though I might not decide to tell you that, okay, on the 6 million naira, you said we have projects that we have to go. I'll say this is 6 million naira. 4 million naira, I can decide to hold it and say, okay, this is Kike's money. I can use it to buy anything I want. I can use it to do anything for my children. But I will still declare to him that this is what I have earned.
For payment of jobs, like I do a job and I get paid, I don't hide such. But you know, from that money, you get to take care.
Why do you hide it?
It's not like hide, more like save
income.
You
know, when there's a big, they just dash your body, so we can declare official
salary. We don't
maybe brown envelopes. Maybe some brown envelopes. If I go out and brown envelopes.
So you collect brown envelopes on this table?
Where do you get it?
No. If you're an entrepreneur, there's no how you not be giving brown envelopes. Or you won't give people brown envelopes. So there are some situations when you go out to companies and they give you brown envelopes. I can just tell you by passing that somebody gave me something. But my dear, I'm not sharing that. I'm putting it in my pocket. That's it.
We have gone around the topic.
But love is more important.
Love is the key. Love is the key.
Let me let Sheila end with the comments. Anything you want to tell our viewers about you, what you're doing, and
well, my name is Sheila Ismaila. I'm the founder of African Mommy. African Mommy is a community forum website for women and moms of African origin. And what we do is we try to empower, support, inform women and moms of anything around their lives. So being a better you, being the best version of yourself in health, fitness.
This is in diaspora, right?
So it's globally, because it's a website, it's a forum where people can connect and communicate together.
So is there a special focus on single women?
Yes, so it's about women in general. So whether you're a mom, you're single. So we do have articles on where you can go on and just read about different things, and also we bring experts on as well. Thank you so much for having me.
That's all we can take on the show. I hope you've had fun as much as we have. Yes. Please, if you're a woman, use wisdom.
End of story.
That's the end of story.
And man,
if you want to disclose. If you think it's not appropriate to disclose, God will understand. Have a blessed day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.